correct and no.
So did you to be a like marketing manager, was it decided, like did you want it to be marketing manager, or did it just happen by chance?
Believe it or not, no, I hated marketing in college. I
Same
hated
here, because I did a major in banking and economics.
Okay.
But I'm in love with media work.
Yeah, I majored in business administration and economics, and marketing was not my best strength. And when I first started in Global, I was more focused on sales, and I hated sales. So then I'm like, okay.
Are you sure that's not gonna get you unemployed on Monday?
No,
you're fine.
Knows.
You're fine.
Yeah. I didn't like sales, so I had to shift a little, and I actually enjoyed marketing more. I guess because in college I wasn't really doing much. It was just basically studying and testing exams. But actually here I'm actually practicing and I'm actually doing it, and it's actually a pretty interesting field. I'm enjoying it. It's like you're the face of the company. You make sure that the company's image is, you know, good, and public relations are okay, corporate social responsibility, everything that has to deal with the image of the company is okay, and then also the branding of the company, the branding of products and marketing materials and stuff like that, events, campaigns. It's interesting. It keeps you going.
But with regards to marketing, we always have issues. You always hear stories about how girls would go there and then their marketing. You know, we have some of these things that happen underground.
Yes.
You know, really, really uncomfortable things that happen, especially with young girls.
Yeah.
How do you cope with things like that?
It's very difficult, especially here. It's assumed that once you're in the marketing field, you have to dress a certain way or you have to act a certain way in order to get a contract or a deal. So it's really hard when you go into an office and you're trying to be professional and the male or the people up there are not taking you seriously, or they just don't even want to hear what you have to say. They're just interested in your physical appearance, and they look at you as a piece of meat. So it's really tough, but it's something that we all have to deal with. And
I had a scenario. There's somebody that works in an institution, and then they do marketing. And then a customer called and said, "Oh, I want Margot to come to my office and get the money." I mean, I wouldn't personally. I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's very wrong.
It is. It is
almost wrong. Why that person? And it's a girl.
Yeah.
She's not married, and then obviously, it's not her. It's the company. So if you want to do business with them, it has to be the institution, not the person itself. And then a lot of girls are out there. They can't. It's difficult because it's a job. You're earning a living. That's where you pay your bills, look after yourself and your family. It's difficult to say no to certain things. What message would you have?
Well, it's pretty sad. And it is, you're right, there's a lot of that going on. And these girls feel like they'll have to do anything just to be up there, or just to get a deal, or just to get money. When it's like, I know I don't accept stuff like that. I don't accept situations like that. I'm very professional, and when I'm going out to get a contract signed or to get a deal closed, I make sure that's my objective. And if you want to come out of pocket and say anything that's unprofessional, I will leave. It's not like, you have to make sure that you respect yourself. It's not always about money, and it's not always about getting that contract. If you feel uncomfortable any kind of way, it's okay to leave. It's not like you're gonna get fired. It's like these young girls they'll do anything. They're degrading themselves just to move ahead in a company, or just to make money, or just to close a deal. It's not always about that. Your self-respect is more important.
I mean, we have that all the time, but then again, I'm sure like platforms like this sends out messages to people out there. Exactly. You really don't have to do what you don't want to do. You can always get what you want to get. You have to earn it.
Right.
You don't have to go that far to do certain things.
Right.
It's not you as an individual. It's the institution. So if anybody wants to bring business to you, it's them, not you. So when you always have a choice to say no, and that is very important. And Kumba made mention of male-dominated field. I mean, in the Gambia, I mean, most places are male-dominated, but then we need to understand that this is changing gradually and rapidly in Gambia. You know, women are now empowered very well, especially girls. There's so many things going on. So we have a lot of women in our offices now. So how do you feel? Do you feel underestimated sometimes when you're at work as a computer scientist in the midst of men?
Well, I would say, okay, I'm lucky not to have encountered any of those kind of situations, because I did computer science. I studied to the max, and I make sure whatever I'm doing, I know it to my fingertips. So anywhere I perform, I make sure I perform as hard as the man can perform. So in that situation, there's no way you can underrate me, because I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
Right. And then you quality assurance. What else do you do? You, of course, you have a career, you have a profession.
Yes.
This is your life. You go to work every day. What other things do you do apart from your work?
Okay. I might probably get persecuted for saying this, but I've not attended meeting for a few months, but I'm part of Lend a Hand Society, and luckily enough, like just saying Lend a Hand Society, you just have an image of what that person can do and how strong.
Youth activities.
Exactly. And prior to that, well, before I left the university, I was part of the debate association.
Right.
Basically one of the founders. And
but that is you was.
Yeah, I
You're
was.
no longer.
No.
What do you do
I left
now,
the university.
apart from your work?
Yeah, apart from work, it's just Lend a Hand Society.
I'm not sure you're telling me what I want to hear. You're a career woman, you have a profession, you go to work every day. We all have we all have extracurricular activities that we engage ourselves in. I mean, when you go home, who is Kumbel at home?
Oh, okay, now I get it. Okay, well, this might not sound right, or you might not believe, but Kumbel Good at home is quite boring. Basically, when I get home, like imagine waking up 6 o'clock in the morning, you're working till 5 o'clock. The only thing you want to do is get home and relax. Yeah. So that's basically it. Once I'm home, I just get a shower, probably watch TV or watch a movie or read a book, and sleep off and do the same thing the next day. So it's just a
So you don't have a social life? I'll come back to you.
Yeah, probably.
Margot, I mean, we're all professionals in our own fields. What are some of the challenges that we face? Like, do you have like a standard set? This is a place that I can go to. This is a place that I cannot go to.
Meaning like my social life?
Yes.
Yes. Even though I'm still young, I hold a good position in my company, and since I'm the marketing manager, I'm the image of the company.
Right.
I need to make sure that I'm aware of that at all times, and I keep that in mind. So I try to, I have fun with my friends, and I spend time with my family as much as I can, but I try to stay out of a lot of situations that could portray me as someone that I'm not.
But that is in relation to your work.
Yes.
Right. I mean, normally when girls are educated in Gambia, I mean, it's normal. When you're educated, you're working, you go to work every day. There seems to be a kind of tension between, especially if you're not married, between guys.
Yes.
Us and guys.
Yes.
There's always like, I mean, they're not sure if they're supposed to approach you.
Yes.
They're thinking, am I supposed to approach her? Is she my type? Will she like me? There's that kind of intimidation. It may not be very high, but it always exists. Do you have any standard set, like, I can't talk to this guy?
Well, of course. When you're trying to be someone or trying to be successful, you have to surround yourself with positive people and people that appreciate what you're doing, and people that, you know, you can look up to, and people that, you know, can motivate you. So there's no way I'm gonna be with someone that doesn't do that for me. You know what I mean? Like, I have high standards, yes. And I'm gonna say it, yes I do. I'm not gonna settle for less. I'm not gonna settle for less.
What's your take? I'm sure when you got back from studies, everyone was like, "Mary, suñ la ñaanale jàng bi jeex na léegi yéen la yàlla mi jëkkër bu baax." How do you take that?
My 8-year-old cousin asked me, "Are you growing old? You need to get married now." I'm like, "Yes, I'll get married. I'm not in a hurry.
Right.
If I find the right guy, I would settle down, but I'm not in a hurry. I'm not just gonna get married because society thinks that I'm the age at which I should get married."
But then again, guys have these issues when a girl is educated and then they have a career, they wake up in the morning and go to work every day. They see the notion is always they can't be the wife material. because there's always the tendency that you will choose your